Welcome back to the Foundation. This is Swaytoven, and I used to be just so confused when it came to the arrangement process because so used to hearing everything in the pattern that looking at the arrangement almost seemed just daunting, is because everything always played at the same time. So then you got to figure out when things cannot play, what actually sounds good together. It's because honestly, when you're listening to a loop, you're making everything and everything sounds good. Then it's obviously going to sound good. Maybe until the next morning or something. Which is honestly the worst, when you make something and then the next morning it doesn't sound that great. There's a way to fix that, actually. Wouldn't scratch the project, actually just split everything apart, see what sounds good, right? Try to get two sounds that sound good within your, last night's session. And then it's like, if two sounds sound good, then see what that third sound sounded like. You know what I'm saying? And if that sounded bad, pitch it, right? It doesn't mean you just wasted time. You just put a lot of stuff in. But even then, it's just like, it could be possible that with all the sounds you put together, then that's when you start thinking about arranging. It's because it's like, if you're making just a beat with two sounds on it, then it's like the arrangement really comes from how the drums hit, like, and when they hit, and I guess just like the bounce, right? That's where the arrangement comes on for like a simple beat, is what I'm imagining. Because you can have a beat that repeats the whole way through, and it's just like, it's incredible how there's going to be so many people on YouTube saying, "Oh, you don't want to do that," but clearly you can't, you know. But if you have a beat with a lot of sounds, it allows you to pick combinations of sounds. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, if you're someone who doesn't like to sample, well, if you've just made a lot of melodies, you definitely just composed something. So then you can start sampling your own things or chopping your own things up. That also adds an element to the arranging. But you have to have an ear for it, almost, knowing to when you want the things that you've made and when to come out, this, that, and the third. And get used to moving things over, like two blocks, a block, right? This is actually such a powerful thing, because all this is right here, when you get to the arrangement section, is just delay. Not really much to the delay plugin where you have the echoes and stuff like that, but it really can change, like, just, and I'm talking about the whole pattern. I guess you can turn it back, you can cut the last bits off, but it's just like, I accidentally did that with a hi-hat one time. Like the last project I had a hi-hat come right there, and yeah, you can say it's silence, which a lot of people promote, but it's like, it's not like I chopped the beginning off. You know what I mean? I shifted the whole beginning, so it basically kind of readjusts the vibe or something like that. We might as well give it a listen, I guess, before I talk about my thought process as to why I put these certain blocks where they're at. I don't really like this beginning snare part. I feel like there should be like some silence. Yeah, I could work on it some more. Not perfect, just because it's like, I'm thinking about how I would put lyrics over it, so it's just like, that kind of helps with the arrangement, because then you can understand that there's flow inside of these blocks. But I think this came in a little bit too early. It's also, might as well actually put it there since that's where the ending was anyway. because I introduced this, and there's this thing called the rule of three, which I actually think is really cool. You know, you want to have something to play 3 times until you switch it up a bit. I think that's a really good. I probably should have started with that. It's actually such a powerful thing, because you hear something 2 times, on the 3rd time switch it up a bit. Now that thing is that doesn't mean a lot of shit for the beats we hear nowadays. There's so many beats that really just repeat the same thing over and over. It's just because it's super fire, probably, right? This guitar could play like this the whole beat and it'd be fine. I don't think anyone would really mind it, but if you want to be really nitpicky, and it'd be really cool too, it's just to change the melody up. You know what I mean? When you change the melody up, it's like where you change the melody up so it's audible. You know, I might want to change it up here, you know, because there's less things playing. I can make it slower, and that'll change the vibe up for the other instruments and stuff like that. I don't feel like doing that right now, to be honest. I feel like some silence should come in a little bit sooner here. It's not a violin pluck, it's a dulcimer. I don't like it, to be honest. It sounds weird in relation to the guitar. It's because, remember when I said when you want to try to get the combinations of things, right? As you can see, you know, not everything's playing at the same time, and obviously until you get to the chorus, and even still, it's just like there's things about the chorus. It's like you can, like this right here is like technically would be the chorus, I guess. Depends how much I actually want to build up, to be honest. But the chorus can obviously have, one half of the chorus can actually have more energy than the first half of the chorus. You know what I'm saying? Let's say this was the chorus, or let's say this was the chorus, right? Everything's playing, but as you can see, I might take out this. Maybe this was never in the song until it got to the chorus, which actually, I might actually play around with that. I don't think that might be a little too late. That's what I'm saying. I think some of the counts off here, maybe I should get rid of like a verse or a measure, but I probably didn't say anything that was helpful. It's really important, I think, for the kicks. So I like my kicks having a different rhythm than the 808s. That's not what I was going to say is important. What's important is that you can distinguish the kick from the 808 in the beat. Is because, like, I like hearing the difference of the kick not being in to the kick coming in, because when the kick hits, it's like you can reapply energy, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like 808's a nice groove, in my opinion. 808 playing by itself is a nice groove. But then when the kick comes back in, it just adds that energy. It makes you feel like some stuff should just start moving faster again. And as you can see, I kind of did that there, you know, the guitar comes back in right there. So it's just, I think this might be kind of nice right there, actually. I just want to change this sound, or just maybe mix a little bit better with those more, but like, that's what a little bit of stuff I have for mixing or arranging, I guess. Nothing's really mixed. I just tried to do like some panning stuff. There's really not that many sounds in this. But honestly, this song, I think, in my opinion, could be fire, because like I also thought of like some lyrics to put over it, and the song would be called like yeah. That's what it'd be called. It'd be called like yeah. And but like the hook of it, the core of that song would just be like here. I'm not gonna play the recording because the recording is mumbling, and I'm about to mumble right now. But I think it's just like you can understand your beat more if you can also try to freestyle over it, I guess. So like. Alright, I'm just about to say some random words. She gonna ask me for some diamonds, I'm like yeah. She tryna ask me just to fly, I'm like yeah. Baby girl, you know I'm buying, yeah. So why you even trying? I don't know. Actually, that was kind of okay. So why you even trying? I don't know. I gotta think of like a theme around some words that we can say yeah about, but like it's just like, you know, that's kind of the flow of the song too. So I mean, like, the reason why I believe you can have a lot of repetition is like if it's just catchy, you know what I mean? Because catchy things repeat. It's kind of like the bottom line, you know what I mean? Everything else is just like a nice Like the core thing should be catchy and can be repetitive. Everything else is like an element to it that complements it. So like, this is the melody, the whole song. I didn't even start with this. This was the last melody. Well, the plug melody this was the last melody that I made. I started off making an orchestral thing. In fact, you can watch my previous live stream of me making this from scratch. But what if I start saying like and subscribe for more? What if I said that? Does that work? Will people start liking? And people aren't even getting to the end of the video.